If you're looking for the best cases that you can get right now for the brand new Galaxy Z Flip 5, I've got them all right here. And I'm going to be going through each one of these cases to let you know which ones are the worst and which ones I think are worth your time. And I guarantee that you're going to find one case here that you're going to absolutely love. And make sure you stick around to the end of the video because I will be giving you my personal favorite cases out of all the cases we've tested here today. And as always, I will be putting links to each one of these cases in the video description. And a simple way that you can show me that you like what I'm doing here is hit that like button. It only takes a second. And if you want to help support my channel, you can donate using the thanks button. So grab your snacks, sit back and relax, and enjoy the video. And then here we have the Pitaka MagEZ Case 3. The box also has a really nice presentation with a magnetic cover. There is the case. So here's the case itself. I absolutely love the pattern that they chose. As you can see, it is super thin and it's feather light. And like I mentioned before, here is that Magsafe ring in the bottom portion of the case. Now before we install this, you want to make sure you peel off these protective stickers and clean off the front and back of your phone. The case just snaps into place. Just run your finger down the bottom here to make sure the sticker adheres to the screen. The back cover clips on just as easily. And there it is on your phone. Looks awesome, feels really nice. Got kind of like a smooth type of feel to it, kind of like silicone. If we look at the side here, you can see that it does have a slight raised edge for the front of your phone. It absolutely adds pretty much no extra bulk to the phone whatsoever. You have your cutouts on the bottom here. On the side, you have one large cutout for your fingerprint sensor and your volume buttons. So let's open up the phone. The phone's very easy to open up. And as you can see, the case did not move. Look at how thin that is. Looks just like the phone itself. If we look at the side here, you can see that there is the very, very slight raised edge all the way around the case. Again, it feels really nice in the hand, very slim, kind of like the phone doesn't even have a case on it. You can very easily access your fingerprint sensor and your volume buttons. The case is not slippery, but it's not grippy either. And like I mentioned before, the phone does have that MagSafe ring built in, so we can use an iPhone MagSafe power bank that I have right here. We'll simply turn it on, clip it on the back of our phone, and it starts to charge. And as you can see, it's held on pretty good. You don't have to worry about the battery just falling off. And with this particular power bank, you can also just kind of rotate it upward so you can hold the phone while it's being charged. And you can also use this case with regular wireless charging as well. So let's open up the phone a couple times. As you can see, the case is still in place. That looks awesome. I absolutely love this texture. So now let's see how easily the case comes off the phone. We'll start with the back. So it does take a little bit of force to try to push the case off. And as you can see, it just goes right back into place. So now let's try the front. So it does come up a little easier than the back, but as you can see, it does pretty much spring right back into place. And the case is not going to just come off your phone without you intentionally trying to push it off. So if we look at the corners here, you can definitely see how the case is hugging the inner portion of the phone to help keep the case in place and not just fall off. So this is definitely one of my favorite minimalist cases. It does offer some pretty good protection while keeping your phone ultra thin. I would definitely recommend this case and I'm going to give it a thumbs up. And then here we have the UB Pro Case by SUPCASE. So here is the case itself. It is a two-piece design and it also has a built-in screen protector for your front screen. On the inside of the case, it does have like a honeycomb pattern that is a hard plastic material, and the case is surrounded by a nice hard rubber. This case also has a built-in kickstand as well, which comes in handy. And the case also comes in this really nice belt clip as well that does have a rotating 360 degrees clip. Now before you put on the front screen, you want to make sure that you thoroughly clean off the screen of your phone because anything that's on your phone will get trapped underneath this screen. Once your screen is clean, we can peel off the stickers on the inside of the protector. One more thing, don't forget to peel off the sticker before installation. Then just place this over the top of your phone and press it into place. Then we can peel off the other protector and you're all set. Now it does seem to pick up fingerprints just a little bit, not too bad, but you can easily just wipe those away with minimal effort. Your front two cameras are also protected by this nice raised edge. Then we can put on our back protector. All you need to do is just kind of flip up this little hinge protector and then press this over the back of your phone. Now you're all protected. So let's take a look at the side. As you can see, there's a nice raised edge to protect the screen of your phone, and it looks like your camera lenses are also protected by the same edge. So if you happen to put your phone face down, it won't touch the screen or the camera lenses. It also has some really nice reinforcement in these edges as well. In case you happen to drop your phone, it'll be protected. On the bottom here, we have our cutouts for our speaker, microphone, and charging port. And on the back here, as you can see, it's got that built-in kickstand with this really cool design. We have our hinge protector here. The hinge case also has a little foam piece in here to keep your hinge from getting all scratched up as well. On the side, we have a cutout for our fingerprint sensor and our volume buttons. It's got that cool carbon fiber with a little lanyard hole. On the other side, it's just got that carbon fiber. One thing to note on this case, if you are going to use some camera lens protectors, you probably won't be able to use this case. So let's check out the touch on our screen here. Everything seems to be working just fine. Touch seems to work just fine without any issues. Let's go into our messages, see how well the touch works. Touch seems to work just fine. Test out in the edges. Everything seems to be working just fine. No problems with touch on the screen. There's no rainbow effect. It's also nice and clear. Now let's open the phone up. Phone opens up very easily. If we look at the side here, we can see that there is a very slight raised edge all the way around the front of the screen. Feels nice in the hand. That little hinge protector kind of gives you a little bump to kind of hold onto your phone a little better as well. Let's see how easily we can access the fingerprint sensor. Perfectly, no problems there. Let's see how our volume buttons work. Volume buttons are clicky. It's just a little hard to press the volume buttons because they're so high up on the phone. I don't know why they put them so high, but the buttons are nice and clicky. Very nice. Feels very nice in the hand. Now let's test out our stand on the back here. It easily just pops out of place just like that. You can stand the phone up in portrait, or you can also lay it down in a landscape mode. And if we fold the phone up, you can also kind of lay the phone down in a somewhat portrait mode, and you can also lay it down in a landscape orientation as well. And then it very easily stows right back in the case with a little click. As you can see, it does add some bulk to the phone, but again, your phone is now protected 360 degrees. I don't think it's too bulky, especially for the protection. And then for the belt holder, you can either put your phone a couple different ways. You can either put it in with its face kind of facing in, so the face is protected, or if you always want to see your screen, you can also have the phone with the screen facing out. I recommend doing the other way so the screen's protected, but it's your choice. Now let's see how easily the case comes off the phone. So it does seem to need some effort to start to get the case off the phone. It's not just going to pop right off. And as you can see, it springs right back. Now let's test out the front. It does seem to be the same. And again, it also has that sticker on there to help keep it in place. So it doesn't look like the front screen is just going to pop off either. So that's definitely a plus. The case also doesn't move when you open and close it either. It also opens and closes very easily because you do have that case on there. It gives you something to grab onto. And you can also use wireless charging through this case as well. I am definitely a fan of the SUPCASE UB Pro, and I'm sure you will be too once you get it. So if you're looking for the best possible protection for your phone, I would definitely recommend the UB Pro case, and I'm going to give it a thumbs up. So here we have the Samsung Flap Eco Leather case. So this case does feel like it is real leather, even though it might not be. And on the inside of the bottom piece, it's got this nice soft material to help keep your phone free from scratches. And it also has a little sticker to help keep this case on your phone. Now the front cover does have this little leather flap here to help keep your hinge protected. And this also has some protective stickers on the inside to help keep it on the front of your phone as well. So once you peel off the sticker protector and clean off the front of your phone, you can simply just put this over the top of your phone and press it into place. Just like that. Looks really nice. And then for the bottom part of the phone, do the same thing. Peel off the little sticker. And then put the little flap in between the cover here, just like this. And then press it over the top of your phone. So the case should look just like that. As you can see, the phone is pretty much protected almost all the way around except for the screen here. But if we look at the side, you can see that it does have a nice raised edge all the way around the front of the phone. So you can use a screen protector and your lens protectors as well. On the side here, it's got a cutout for your fingerprint sensor and your volume button. On the bottom, we have our cutouts for our mic, speaker, and charging port. And on the back, we have our little Samsung logo embossed. So let's open up the phone. The phone is very easy to open up, and as you can see, the little hinge cover has just slid right down on the bottom of the case. So it looks pretty nice. Feels nice in the hand. It's not slippery. It's got that nice leathery feel to it. Let's see if we can easily access our fingerprint sensor. If we look at it from the side, we can see there is a very slight raised edge all the way around the phone. Our volume buttons, nice and clicky, very easily pressable. I like that. And again, it feels really nice in the hand. And if we close it up, as you can see, the case does not move at all. Again, it's very easy to open up and close. And again, that case is not moving whatsoever. And it also doesn't add pretty much any bulk to the phone, except for maybe the little hinge cover here. But it looks really nice. I do like that nice prominent raised edge on the front of the phone. I love how clicky those volume buttons are. It even feels nice in the hand when it's folded up. And you can also wirelessly charge through this case as well. Now let's see how easily the case comes off the phone. For the back cover, so it doesn't require a lot of force to get the case to come off the phone, but that sticker is holding it in place. And notice that it doesn't spring back once you press it off the phone. But I honestly don't think that the case is just going to pop off your phone. It feels pretty solid. It doesn't feel like it's just going to flop around. One thing to also note is the bottom piece is not really holding on to the inside of the screen, kind of like the front part does. It's just kind of like sitting there. So there's no pop. It just kind of like comes off the phone and stays there. But I honestly don't think that the case is just going to pop off your phone. You'd probably intentionally need to try to get the case to come off your phone for it to just pop off. Now let's try the front screen. The front screen does seem to use the same amount of force to try to get it off, but again, the whole piece doesn't just pop off. It's just this little part here where you're actively trying to get the case off the phone, and it does seem to stay in place once you pop that off. So I honestly think that this whole case is not going to just come right off your phone. You have to intentionally want to try to get the case off for it to fully pop off your phone. So I'm definitely a fan of this case. I would recommend it, and I'm going to give it a thumbs up. And then here we have the Samsung FlipSuit case. So this case is pretty cool. It is basically a clear case, but it comes with these two inserts that make it look like it has a couple different colors in it. Very cool looking. And then here's the front cover that has kind of like a black line around it that is also clear as well. Now before you install this, you want to make sure that you remove all these stickers, clean off your screen on your phone, and then we can just simply press this into place. Then just press down on the edges to make sure those stickers stay down. Then take the back cover, take one of the covers that you like and put it face down on the cover itself. We'll flip over our phone and then just press this into place. And there you go. Very cool looking. So if we look at it from the side, as you can see, there is a slight raised edge all the way around the front of the phone. The case is pretty slim and it doesn't really add any extra bulk to the phone. If we flip it over, we have our cutout for our fingerprint sensor and our volume buttons. On the bottom, we have all our cutouts, and on the back again, it shows off that really cool color of the case. And if we open it up, feels really nice in the hand, doesn't feel slippery. Let's test out our fingerprint sensor. No problems there. Our volume buttons. Nice and clicky, easily pressable. Very nice. If we look at the phone from the side here, it looks like there's an ever so slight raised edge around the front of the phone. And as you can see, the case doesn't move when you open and close the case. It's very easy to open and close the phone, and the case does not move when you do so, which is nice. One other really cool thing that I noticed is when I put this back plate on here with the color, it also put that same color for my wallpaper on my phone, and it moves. How cool is that? So there must be some sort of an RFID chip in here to let the phone know what color plate you put in the case. So I just took the case apart, and now as you can see, it put my wallpaper back. So now I'm going to place the purple plate in here, and I'm going to put it on the back of the phone, and we'll see if it changes. And it did. That is pretty cool. I've never seen that before. So that is a really cool idea to make these plates change the wallpaper on the phone. Now because the back piece on here is clear, it does seem to pick up fingerprints, but again, you should just be able to easily wipe those away with minimal effort. And these cases also work with wireless charging. So now let's see how easily these cases come off the phone. Start with the back piece. It doesn't take a lot of effort to move the case, but as you can see, it pops right back into place. So not too bad. I think it's holding onto your phone pretty well. Now for the front hardly requires any effort whatsoever. If you guys, like I'm really barely pushing this. But again, the case isn't just popping right off the phone totally. And it does seem to pop back into place when you press it down. So it is holding onto the phone somewhat. It probably could be a little better, but again, I don't think the case is just going to pop off the phone by itself. It would need some sort of force. The only thing I'd be worried about is if you dropped your phone, the cases may pop off if it hits hard enough. But I really do like the concept. It looks really good on the phone, feels nice in the hand. So besides the case kind of coming off a little easier than some of the others, I would still recommend this case, and I'm going to give it a thumbs up. And here we have the Samsung Silicone case with ring. So this case feels really nice already, and it also comes with these separate rings. So if you don't want to use it, you can just use the top and the bottom portions of the case without the ring. But if you want to use the ring, all you need to do is simply put it through the little slot here, turn it over, and then press this down over this little piece here, just like that. So when you put it on your phone, the ring will stay in place. Now again, before you install this case, you want to make sure you remove all these sticker covers and clean off the front and back of your phone. So once you've cleaned off your phone, we can simply press this into place. It goes on the phone very easily. Just press down those stickers to make sure it stays in place. Then you can flip your phone over. Again, make sure it's nice and clean. Remove your stickers. Then you can press this into place right over your phone. Then just press down to make sure the stickers adhere to the back of the phone, and you're all set. You can also put your finger through the ring to kind of hold onto your phone better. Feels really nice in the hand. It's got that nice soft silicone type feel. If we look at it from the side, as you can see, it's got a nice raised edge all the way around the front of the screen. It doesn't hardly add any extra bulk to the phone. On the side here, we have our cutout for our fingerprint sensor and our volume buttons, covered in silicone. And on the bottom, we have all our cutouts. Now, holding the phone just like this, again, feels really nice. The volume buttons, super clicky. Very nice, I like that. All right, so now let's open up the phone. Opens up very easily, and as you can see, the case does not move. We can very easily open and close the case, and the case is not moving whatsoever. Again, feels really nice in the hands. Got that nice soft silicone type feel. Let's test out our fingerprints. No problems there. Our volume button. Again, volume button super clicky, very easy to press. Very nice. If we look at the phone from the side, we can see that there's just an ever so slight raised edge all the way around the phone. Not a lot. I do really like the way that this feels. And again, you can also stick your finger through the little ring here so you can hold onto your phone a little better, so you don't have to worry about dropping it. And you can also wirelessly charge through this case as well. So now let's see how easily the case comes off the phone. We'll start with the back. Doesn't seem to come off easily at all. Like, you really have to intentionally want to take this back piece off. So that's pretty good. Now let's try the front screen. So the front screen seems to come up a lot easier than the back. Once those stickers release, it comes off a lot easier, but the stickers do hold the case in place very well. And as you can see, just because this little piece comes up right here, the rest of the case remains on the phone. So using the stickers on this case are a must. So I really do like this case. I like the way that it feels. I like the added functionality of the little ring here. And I also like the fact that it offers you some protection while keeping your phone nice and slim. So I definitely recommend this case, and I'm going to give it a thumbs up. And here we have the Samsung Clear Gadget case. So this case has the same top cover as the FlipSuit. It is just a clear plastic case, and the bottom portion has a clear hard plastic case as well, but it comes with this little extension that has a ring on here that can be used to hold the phone as well as a kickstand. The little cover here just kind of covers up the little piece that this goes over when it's not in use. And if you want to put on the ring, it's very easy. All you need to do is pop off this little cover here first. Now on the back of this, we have a little gray notch. All you need to do is match up the notch on the ring holder with that little gray notch, and then rotate it to the left, and you're all set. Now again, before we put on the top cover, make sure you remove all these sticker covers. Clean off the screen of your phone really well, and just press the top cover in place. And then just press down on the cover. Then flip it over, again, clean off the back of your phone, then just press on the back cover. You're all set. And as you can see, the back cover does collect some fingerprints, but you can easily just wipe those away. There's how thick it is with the little ring on the back. It definitely does add a little bulk to the phone. And you also cannot wirelessly charge with this ring on. You need to take it off. So if we look at the side, as you can see, it does have a slight raised edge all the way around the front of the case. We have our cutouts on the top and the bottom. On the side here, we have our cutouts for our fingerprint sensor and our volume buttons. On the back, again, we have this really nice metal ring. Feels very solid in the hand that you can use as a little kickstand. Or you can also put your finger through to hold your phone without having to worry about dropping it. I really like that. And then if we open the phone up, as you can see, the case does not move. No movement in the case whatsoever. And as you can see, it hardly adds any extra bulk to the phone as well, except for the little ring here. It also feels really nice in the hand. It's not slippery, and you can also easily access that fingerprint sensor and your volume buttons. Easily pressable, nice and clicky. If we look at the side here, it looks like there is an ever so slight raised edge, not much, if not flush with the face of the phone on the inner portion of the screen. And then we have our ring on the back here again. It is held in place really well, and this ring does not just flop around. It will stay in any direction you put it in, and it's pretty solid to move as well. So again, you can use it as like a little makeshift kickstand. You can also angle your phone in many different angles, upright, more towards your face. Now you can also use this with a portrait mode orientation. All you need to do is press in that button, rotate it past the little gray notch, and then release. And it rotates into this orientation where you can use your phone in portrait mode or landscape. Now, like I mentioned before, you can also use the ring to put your finger through, so you can make sure you hold onto your phone without having to worry about dropping it. And you can still easily access those buttons on the side, especially if you're using your right hand. Now, if you want to remove the ring, it's very easy. There is a little button that you press on the center. Just press that button, rotate it to the right, line up those little notches, and you can easily pull it off the back of the phone. Now, like I mentioned before, you will not be able to wirelessly charge with this on the back. You will need to remove that, but once you do, it will wirelessly charge. And it won't also just come off the back of the phone without pressing in that button. So I'm definitely a big fan of this Gadget case. I love this ring in the back that you can use as a little handle or as a kickstand, and it's really solid. So now let's see how easily the case comes off the phone. So the back cover does require a lot of force to try to get it to move off the phone. It's on there really solid, so you definitely don't have to worry about the back piece. Let's try the front cover. So the front cover definitely comes off a lot easier, especially once those stickers release. But again, even though this little piece right here came up, the rest of the case is still on your phone. So I definitely think that this case is not going to just pop off your phone without you intentionally wanting the cover to come off. So I'm definitely a big fan of this clear Gadget case. I love this ring. It doubles as a holder and a little makeshift kickstand. So I would definitely recommend this case, and I'm going to give it a thumbs up. So here we have the Spigen Thin Fit Pro. So this case is made of a hard plastic. There are no rubber pieces on here, and it also does have a hinge cover. Now before you install this, you want to make sure you take off the little sticker covers and make sure you clean off the front of your phone. Once you've done that, we can just press this over the top, then flip it over and put the back piece on. And you're all set. So here's the case on the phone. As you can see, it covers almost all of the phone except for the screen. One other thing about this case is it does feel slippery in the hand, which I definitely don't like. If we look at it from the side, as you can see, it does have a raised edge on the front of the phone to protect your screen. On the side here, it has your cutout for your fingerprint sensor and your volume buttons. On the top and bottom, we have all our cutouts for our speaker, mic, and charging port. On the top here, we do have that clear spring hinge cover. And on the back, it shows off the color of your phone as well. And as you can see, it does pick up some fingerprints, but you can easily just wipe those away with little effort. So now let's open the phone up. Opens up pretty nice, but again, it does feel slippery in the hand. We can easily access our fingerprint sensor. No problems there. If we look at it from the side, you can see there is a slight, ever so slight raised edge around the inner portion of the screen. It is fairly easy to open and close your phone, even though it is a little slippery. And as you can see, the case does not move either. And there are the stickers holding the case in place. And this case also works with wireless charging as well. Now let's see how easily the case comes off the phone. So the back cover does not come off easily at all. I'm having trouble even moving the back cover. So whether it's the stickers or just the case itself, the back cover is definitely not going to come off by itself. And as far as the front cover goes, the front cover seems to be the same way. So this case seems to be staying on the phone really well. So that's one thing you won't have to worry about, is the case just popping off all by itself. I do really like this case. The only thing I don't like about it is how slippery it feels in my hand. It may just be my hands. Maybe they're just too dry and it feels really slippery to me, but that's just something to keep in mind. But other than that, I really do like this case. I would recommend it, and I'm going to give it a thumbs up. And then here we have the Spigen Airskin. Now this case is just like the Thin Fit Pro. It is made of a hard plastic. There is no rubber on here, but this case is actually lighter and it also doesn't have the hinge protection. So again, make sure you clean off the front screen of your phone, and then we're just going to press this into place. I'm not going to take off the stickers this time because I want to see how it holds onto the phone without the use, because it was super hard for me to get off the Thin Fit Pro. All right, so there it is on the phone. It does feel slippery in the hand, but not as slippery as the Thin Fit Pro. So if we look at it from the side here, we can see it has a slight raised edge all the way around the front of the phone. It also doesn't add a lot of bulk to the phone either. We have our cutouts for our fingerprint sensor and our volume buttons. On the bottom, we have all of our cutouts, and on the back, it shows off the color of your phone. As far as fingerprints goes, it seems to do a pretty good job at rejecting fingerprints. And those little dots that you see down there is to keep down the rainbow effect. So let's open up the phone. It's very easy to open up the phone too, and as you can see, the case is not moving even though I'm not using those stickers, which is nice. It is a little bit slick in the hand. Again, you can easily access your fingerprint sensor and those volume buttons. If we look at it from the side, there is an ever so slight raised edge, but not very much. Close it up and open it a couple times. As you can see, it's still, the case is in place, it's not moving. And this case also works with wireless charging. So not too bad. I do like this case a little bit better than the Thin Fit Pro, but I do miss the hinge protection. But it, like I said before, it feels a little less slippery in the hand, and it also seems to do a little better with the fingerprints as well. So now let's see how easily the case comes off the phone without using the stickers. So we'll try the back cover first. So it does seem to pretty easily pop off the phone, but again, the whole case doesn't just come off the phone. You actually have to push all the way to get it to come off. Now let's try the front cover. Yeah, front cover moves super easy. Not hard at all to even move that, but as you can see, it does pop back into place, and the whole case doesn't just come off either. So now I'm going to take the stickers off and we'll see how it moves then. Alright, so I've taken the stickers off. I'm going to replace this on the front of my phone. Do the same thing for the back. So there's only 4 stickers holding this case in place, and that's where those little gray pieces are on each side of the phone. There are none on the bottom and the top. So let's try to take the case off again. So it definitely does require some more force to take the case off, but once those stickers release, it's pretty much just the same as before. Let's try the front. Yeah. Once those stickers release, it's a little easier to remove, but again, this case is not going to just pop off the phone. It pops right back into place. So I'm pretty confident that this case will stay on your phone unless you intentionally want to take this case off. So as you can see, even though I want this case to come off my phone, you really have to work for this to come off. So not bad. If you're looking for a clear case for your Flip 5, I would recommend this case, and I'm going to give it a thumbs up. Here is the UAG Plyo case. So this seems to be a pretty nice heavy duty case. It does have a nice hard plastic back surrounded by a softer rubbery type edge. Now before you install this case, you want to make sure that you peel off these little sticker protectors. Make sure you clean off the front of your phone. Then we can install the front cover. just press it into place and then press down over the sticker. All right, there it is on the phone. Looks pretty nice. It also is reinforced in these edges, so in case you happen to drop your phone and it hits one of those edges there, you know your phone's going to be protected. If we look at it from the side, you can see that it does have a prominent raised edge all the way around the front of the phone. It also does add some bulk to the phone as well. You can see how thick the top and the bottom of the case is. If we look at the side here, we have a cutout for our volume buttons and our power button. On the bottom, we have all our cutouts for our speaker, charging port, and microphone. Now, as you can see, it does pick up some fingerprints, but you can easily just wipe those away. Now, the other fingerprints you see there are from the inner portion when I was trying to take off the sticker. And if we look at it from the top, you can definitely see how thick the bottom and the top of the case are. So now let's open the case up. It's very easy to open up because it does offer some grip when opening the phone. And as you can see, the case does not move. And if we look at the side here, we do have a slight raised edge on the inner portion of the screen. Feels nice in the hand. It is a little bit slick. It's not slippery, but it does have that smooth plastic rubber feel to it. You can easily access your fingerprint sensor and your volume buttons. And this case also does work with wireless charging. So the case does seem to add some good drop protection, and you can definitely see how much thicker it is versus some of the other cases we've already tested. It does have a nice little well for your camera lenses as well, so those are protected, and it's very easy to open up and close the phone. So now let's see how easy it is for the case to come off the phone. So I'm barely pressing on the case there, and it does seem to spring back into place, so that's definitely not bad, and the whole case doesn't also just pop off the phone. Now let's try the front. That seems to come up just as easy. Sometimes it'll spring back into place, but as you can see, the whole case doesn't just pop off the phone either. You have to really try to pop this up to have the whole case come off your phone. So I'm pretty confident that this case will stay on your phone even if you try to push it off. So if you want a little more protection for your phone, I would definitely recommend this case, and I'm going to give it a thumbs up. And then here we have the UAG Plyo Pro case. So this case is exactly like the Plyo, but it's got a MagSafe ring built in, so you can use iPhone MagSafe accessories. It is a hard-backed case surrounded by a softer rubber, and there it is on the phone. Looks really nice. See if it picks up fingerprints just like the Plyo did. So it does pick up some fingerprints, but you should easily be able to just wipe those away with minimal effort, and you can. There's the front of the phone. Again, it's got those reinforced edges, so in case you happen to drop your phone and it hits one of those edges, your phone is going to be protected. Feels nice in the hand. It's not slippery. It's got a little grip to it. If we look at it from the side, as you can see, it's got a raised edge all the way around the front of the screen, and your camera lenses are also protected as well. We have a full cutout for our fingerprint sensor and our volume buttons. And on the bottom, we have all our cutouts for the speaker, microphone, and charging port. So let's open it up. Opens up very easy. It's nice and grippy to open the phone. And as you can see, the case does not move. Feels nice in the hand. Again, it has a little grip to it. You can easily access your volume and power buttons. And if we look at it from the side, as you can see, it does have a raised edge all the way around the inner portion of the screen. Now, like I mentioned before, it does have that MagSafe ring on here. And here I have an iPhone MagSafe power bank that will clip easily right onto the back of the phone and start to charge it. So let's turn it on. We'll put it on the back of the phone. And it starts to charge. And it's actually held on there pretty good as well, so you don't have to worry about it just falling off your phone. And as you can see, it's kind of hanging off the end of the phone here. If you open up the phone and you want to hold on to it, you can easily rotate the battery up, so now you can hold on to the phone and use it at the same time. And it's still charging. Now, one thing I did notice when closing up this phone, as you can see, it's got a slight gap to it. Probably because the case is a little bit too thick. I'll show you when I close it. That's what it does. It kind of just stays open a little bit. You have to kind of push it down a little bit, and even then, there's still a little gap. I'm not sure if that's going to cause a problem with the phone, but that's just something to note. So this isn't a bad case other than this little gap that it's got here. It does feel good in the hand. It will offer good protection for your phone, and it's got that MagSafe built in. Now let's see how easily the case comes off the phone. Does require a little bit of force to push it up, and as you can see, it just springs back into place. And also, I'm not using the stickers this time like I did on the Plyo, and it's still holding on your phone pretty well. Let's try the front. So the front seems to come up just as easy, but again, the case isn't just popping off the phone, it's just coming up in this one little corner. And it's also got that little pop to let you know that it's actually holding onto the phone and not just sitting there. So even without the use of these stickers, I'm pretty confident that this case will stay in place. So it's definitely a good thing. And as you can see, the case did not move with me playing around with it like that either. It's just got this little gap. So if you can get past this little gap here for the phone staying open, I would definitely recommend this case, and I'm going to give it a thumbs up. And here we have Caseology's Nano Pop case. So here is the case itself. It does have a nice soft silicone feel to it, surrounded by a hard yellow plastic. There are also stickers on both of these cases that you want to take off before installation. So all you need to do is press on the top portion of the case and then press on the back. And there it is on the phone. Feels really nice in the hand. It's got the nice soft silicone feel to it. It also has some rough texture on the side to help with grip, which is nice. As you can see, we have our cutouts for our fingerprint sensor and our volume buttons. If we look at it from the side, as you can see, it has a slight raised edge all the way around the screen. And then on the back, we have that nice soft silicone feel as well. And on the bottom, we have all our cutouts for our mics, charging port, and speaker. The case does really feel nice in the hand, and this texture on the side really does help with grip. It actually feels really nice. So let's open up the phone. Opens up very easily, and as you can see, the case did not move. Feels very nice in the hand. Let's test out our fingerprint sensor. Working perfectly fine. And our volume buttons. Nice and clicky. Very easily pressable, and I love that they're clicky. Very nice. Let's look at it from the side. As you can see, there is a slight raised edge around the front of the screen. This case also works with wireless charging as well. One thing to note, if you want to use some camera lens protectors, you will not be able to use them with this case because they're pretty much flush right with those lenses. I really do like this case. It feels really nice in the hand. It also doesn't add a lot of bulk to the phone, but does offer some pretty decent protection. And the case also doesn't move when you open and close the phone. I love this grip on the side. It makes it much easier to hold onto the phone as well. Now let's see how easily the case comes off the phone. Not easily at all. As you can see, I'm trying to push on it and it's not coming up. Whether it's those stickers or the case is actually holding onto the phone, it's doing a really good job. Now let's try the front. And the front is just the same. The front doesn't seem to want to move very much at all. It only moves because of this very small piece of material that's kind of holding onto the phone where the power button is, but it seems to be holding onto the phone pretty good. And it looks like the sticker just released, so now it's coming up a little more. But as you can see, the whole case is not just coming off the phone, it's just this little portion right here. So I'm definitely impressed with this case. It feels really good, looks really nice, doesn't add a lot of bulk to the phone, but it does add some nice grip, so you can easily open and close it. It doesn't seem to move pretty much at all, and it doesn't come off the phone very easily as well. So I would definitely recommend this case, and I'm going to give it a thumbs up. And here we have a simple case by Caredoctor. So this is a pretty simple, slim plastic case, and there are no stickers to hold this case on your phone, so we'll see how well it works. So there it is on your phone. Looks pretty nice, seems to fit pretty well. Feels nice in the hand. It's got kind of like that smooth silicone type feel to it. If we look at it from the side, as you can see, it does have a slight raised edge for the front screen. It has a full cutout for your fingerprint sensor and your volume buttons. It's got a little lanyard hole in the bottom here. It also has cutouts for all our ports. Let's open up the phone. Opens up very nice. Doesn't look like the case has moved at all. Let's open and close it a couple more times. The case has still not moved. You can easily access that fingerprint sensor and your volume buttons. It's got a nice smooth rubbery type feel to it. If we look at it from the side, it looks like it's pretty much flush with the inner portion of the phone. There might be a little portion at the bottom here that does stick up a little bit. This case also does work with wireless charging. And as you can see, it doesn't really add a lot of extra bulk to the phone either. The phone is still pretty slim, but it does offer some protection. So now let's see how easily the case comes off the phone because it doesn't have any stickers. It's actually not very easy to take off at all. I'm actually putting some good force into this, and it just springs back into place, which is nice. Let's see about the front. The front is a little different story. This requires a little bit of force for that to pop up. But again, the whole case is just not popping off the phone. And it's got a little clip to it. But I honestly don't think that this case would just pop off your phone unless you wanted it to. So this is a pretty nice, simple matte case. Again, it does add some grip to the phone to easily open and close it. Even though it doesn't have stickers, it does seem to stay on your phone pretty good. Feels nice in the hand, and it works with wireless charging. So there's really not much bad to say about this case. I'm going to recommend it, and I'll give it a thumbs up. And here we have a ring holder case by Dakorie. So this case does have a built-in screen protector, which is pretty nice, and it doesn't seem to be flimsy. It also does have a nice ring holder on the back, and it has a hinge cover. On the inside of the case, it also has a nice soft felt material to keep the back of your phone from getting all scratched up. And we do have a little sticker here that you want to remove before you install it. So before you install the top cover, make sure you clean off the screen on your phone. We'll peel off the screen protector underneath and put this over the top of our phone. Then we'll put on the back cover. And there you go. So it feels pretty good in the hand. It's got a nice soft silicone type feel to it. If we look at it from the side, as you can see, it's got a nice raised edge to protect your screen, as well as that screen protector. Seems to work good with touch, but we'll check that out in just a second. It does add a little bit of extra bulk to the phone, but you are getting 360-degree protection, as well as a little ring holder on the back. On the side, we have a full cutout for our fingerprint sensor and our volume buttons. On the bottom, we have all our cutouts. On the back, we have that ring holder. It's got kind of like a cool carbon fiber inlay on the sides and in the bottom. And then we have that ring that you can lift up. Now you can either put your hand through the ring to get a better grip on your phone, or you can also use it as a little kickstand for portrait or landscape mode. And it easily folds right back into your phone. Now this does also rotate, so you can kind of use it on that side or just kind of put it back the way that it was. Pretty cool. And we also do have that hinge protector on the top with some texture on the side. So now let's open up our phone. Opens up pretty nice. Seems like the case did stay in place. I don't see any movement. Again, it feels nice in the hand. You can easily access your buttons on the side, no problem. If we look at it from the side, it does look like it has a very slight, ever so slight raised edge around the front of the phone. And if we open and close it a couple times, it doesn't seem like the case is moving. Now let's see if this works with wireless charging. Because of this metal ring, it may not, but we're going to find out. So as you can see, my wireless charger is blinking to let you know that there is something obstructing the wireless charger, and that's going to be this ring here. So you're not going to be able to use this with wireless charging. And as you can see, even though I have flipped the ring up, you still cannot use it with wireless charging. So here we have the phone open. We'll open up that ring, and like I said before, you can put your finger through there and you don't even need to really hold onto the phone itself, which is nice. And you can even rotate it sideways if you really need to for a better grip. So now let's see how easily the case comes off the phone. It doesn't seem like you can easily remove the back cover at all. So let's try the front. The front is also the same thing. You have to put a lot of force just to even slightly move it off the phone, which is nice. So not bad at all. So as you can see, the front screen does collect some fingerprints pretty easily, but you can very easily just wipe those away without hardly any effort. No problem. So now let's test the touch of the front panel. Seems to be working just fine. You can still swipe up from the bottom, even though you have this little ridge here. Yeah, it seems to be working pretty good, and it's also crystal clear. So I'm really liking this case. Even though you can't use wireless charging with it, you do get the extra added functionality of this ring. It's got hinge protection, it's got front screen protection, and it also has a little recession for your camera lenses as well. It feels really nice in the hand, and it doesn't add too much bulk to the phone. So I'm definitely liking this case, and I'm going to give it a thumbs up. Then here we have a MagSafe case by HOYZNBI. So this is a hard-backed plastic case surrounded by a nice soft rubber, and it does have that MagSafe ring built in. Just make sure you remove the plastic stickers before you install it. There are no stickers to keep this in place. All you need to do is place it on the phone and snap it into place. Looks pretty nice. It also looks to have some reinforcement in these edges for drop protection as well. If we look at it from the side, as you can see, it's got a raised edge to protect the front of your screen. It does add a little bit of bulk to the phone. We do have a cutout for our fingerprint sensor, and we have a couple separated volume buttons, which are nice. We also have a little lanyard hole. We have our cutouts for the bottom of the phone, and on the back, again, we have that MagSafe ring, and it is nice and clear to show off the color of your phone. As far as fingerprints goes, it does seem to pick up some fingerprints, but it does look like I can easily just wipe those away with hardly any effort. So let's open up the phone. Opens up very nice. The case doesn't seem to move, which is also nice. It feels nice in the hand. It's not slippery, but it's also not grippy either. You have your fingerprint cutout, very easily accessible. And then we have the volume buttons on the top here, which are nice and clicky. They do require a little pressure to press, but they are nice and clicky. If we look at it from the side, we can see that there is a slight raised edge all the way around the front of the phone. And we can also see the very prominent corners of the phone for extra drop protection. Let's open and close it a few times. The case doesn't seem to move at all, which is nice. And it also doesn't seem to move if I try to pull it off either. Here I have a MagSafe battery that's for my iPhone. We'll turn it on, clip it on the back. And as you can see, your phone starts to charge. Now, as you can see, the battery does hang off the edge, but if you open up your phone, you can just simply rotate it the other way, and now you can hold it while it's charging. And it does seem to hold on there pretty good as well, so the battery doesn't just come off. And you can also use this case with regular wireless charging as well. So now let's see how easily the case comes off the phone. So it doesn't really require a lot of force to press it off, but as you can see, it pops right back into place, which is nice. So the whole back isn't just going to come off. Now let's try the front. The front requires barely any pressure at all. Like I'm barely touching it. But again, the whole case isn't just coming off your phone. That may be an issue down the road. Let's try the other side. Yeah, so the top part of this case doesn't stay on the phone very easily at all. So that's definitely a downside. It doesn't seem to stay on very well if these little corners seem to get pressed. So this isn't a really bad case. I do like the fact that it offers MagSafe, and it does look like it offers some pretty good protection for your phone. It does not seem to move when you open the phone up and close it, but if these edges get pressed, as you can see, it just kind of pops off. So unfortunately, I'm not going to recommend this case, and I'm going to give it a thumbs down. And here we have a case by Ruky. So this case is like the last matte black case we reviewed. It does have a built-in screen protector, and it is pretty thin. It's just made of all plastic. You do want to make sure that you remove all these stickers before installation and clean off the front of your phone before we put the front part on. So once you clean off your phone, we're going to remove the sticker portion on our screen protector, then place this over the front of your phone. Run your finger down the bottom. And then you can choose to take off this front cover of the screen protector if you want, but it does kind of give it like a matte look. And it seems like that the touch still works even with that on. And then we can place on the back cover. Just make sure you press in place where the sticker was. And there we go. As you can see, it doesn't add a lot of bulk to the phone. It's just a very simple matte black case. It's got a nice soft feel to it. I'm going to peel off this protector on the top. So if we look at the side here, as you can see, it does have a raised edge to protect your screen. And the front screen protector seems to work fine with touch, but more on that in just a second. As you can see, there's a slight raised edge for your camera lens protectors as well. We have a full cutout for our fingerprint sensor and our volume buttons. A little lanyard hole cutouts in the bottom, and it's just got that nice matte feel on the back. So let's open up the phone. As you can see, the case did not move. Opens up very easy, feels nice in the hand. It's got that nice soft rubber feel. You can easily access your fingerprint sensor and your volume buttons. If we look at the phone from the side, as you can see, it's got a slight raised edge on the front of the phone. Open and close it a couple times. And it doesn't seem like the case is moving. As you can see, it doesn't add a lot of bulk to the phone, if at all. And this case also does work with wireless charging. So now let's test out the screen protector. As I said before, the touch seems to be working just fine. No issues there. Let's test out our messages. Touch seems to be working just fine, and then swiping up, no issues there. So now let's see how easily the case comes off the phone. So the back portion seems like it needs a pretty good amount of force to try to get it up off the phone. And as you can see, it just goes right back into place, which is nice. Now let's see the front. So the front feels the same way. I can hear the sticker kind of releasing, but as you can see, it pops back into place. Not bad. So this is a pretty nice, simple case. I like the fact it comes with a fingerprint sensor. And as you can see, the front screen does collect some fingerprints, but you can easily just wipe those away. Now, I do like this case. I love the fact that it comes with a screen protector, offers your phone some pretty decent protection, keeps the phone nice and slim, and it's got that nice soft feel to it. So I would definitely recommend this case, and I'm going to give it a thumbs up. And here we have the Ringke Slim case in a matte clear. This Ringke case is one of my favorites because not only is it nice and slim and light, but it's also got that matte feel and look to it where it doesn't pick up any fingerprints. So there are some stickers on the inside of each portion of the case that you want to take off before you put it on your phone. And you also want to make sure that you thoroughly clean off the sides of the phone before we put the cases on so the stickers can adhere to the phone properly. And once you take the stickers off, we can put it on our phone. Then just press on the sides where the stickers are, and then we'll do the same thing for the back cover. Again, just press on those stickers, and we're all set. That looks awesome. So now you can show off the color of your phone and still have your phone protected. As you can see, it doesn't add a lot of bulk to the phone either. And we do also have a slight raised edge on the front of the phone to protect your screen. We also have a cutout for our fingerprint sensor, and we have some covered buttons for our volume buttons. One of them has these little bumps for texture. On the bottom, we have our cutouts for our mic, speakers, and charging port. And on the back, we have that nice clear matte look. And as you can see, it does not pick up any fingerprints. There is also a little slight raised edge above our camera lenses for some protection there as well. So let's open up the phone. As you can see, the case does not move when I open up the phone. We'll open and close it a few more times. As you can see, the case still has not moved. And if we look at the side, you can see that there is an ever so slight raised edge around the face of the phone. The case feels nice in the hand. It's got kind of like that smooth silicone type feel to it. You can easily access your power button and your volume buttons. Let's see how clicky they are. Nice. The volume buttons are nice and clicky, and they're easily pressable, which I love. And this case also works with wireless charging as well. If you're looking for a clear case for your phone, I definitely think that the matte is the way to go because, again, it shows off the color of your phone while still keeping down all of those fingerprints that a normal clear case would get. Now let's see how easily the case comes off the phone. And it doesn't seem to come off easily at all. Whether those stickers are holding it in place, I'm not sure, but it's not coming off easily at all. So that's definitely good for the bottom. Let's try the top. Again, those stickers seem to be doing a pretty good job. Now, whether or not it's due to just the stickers on the case, I'm not really sure, but either way, the case does not just come off your phone very easily. And you also can't just pull it off your phone as well. I think these stickers are doing a really good job at holding onto your phone. So like I said before, this case is definitely one of the cases I would highly recommend if you're looking to try to keep your phone nice and slim, show off the color of your phone, still get some decent protection for your phone as well. So I would definitely recommend this case, and I'm going to give it a thumbs up. Then here we have a leather case by HAOTP. So this case is surrounded by leather. It also has a little card holder in the back here, which is nice. On the inside, we have a clear case, and we also have some stickers to help keep the case on the phone. And the inside is just kind of like a smooth, plasticky type of material. So before you install this, just make sure that you remove both of these sticker covers. Once the stickers are removed, we'll just place this over the top of our phone and press it into place. Make sure you press down where the sticker was. Then flip the case over, and then we'll press on the back cover as well. And there we go. That looks pretty cool. It's got a little cover here for hinge protection. Not full coverage, but it does cover in the corners. So in case your phone happens to, hit on that, it's going to hit these little leather straps before it hits your hinge. And then, like I said, it's got that card holder in the back, so you can maybe put in your ID, put in some money, maybe even leave your wallet at home. And on the front, as you can see, it's got a nice thick raised edge to protect your screen and your camera lenses. We'll see how easy it is to access the screen in just a second because of this big bump. On the side here, it has a full cutout for your fingerprint sensor and your volume buttons. On the bottom, we have our cutouts for our mics, speaker, and charging port. And again, on the back, we have that little pouch for some money or a credit card. So now let's open it up. So as you can see, the credit card or whatever fits right in between these little straps. And the little straps kind of do bulge up a little bit, but that kind of gives you like a little stand for your phone. Not too bad, but the credit card goes right up the middle, so you can easily fold your phone open. If we look at it from the side, we can see there is a slight raised edge all the way around the face of the phone. It also doesn't add a lot of bulk to the phone either. And the outer leather does give you an extra protection for the outer portion of your phone as well. Feels good in the hand, does not feel slippery. The only thing I will tell you is these little notches that come up may get in the way of holding your phone. It's not as natural because these little notches are hitting my hand when I'm trying to hold the phone. It's not horrible, but it's something I wanted to note. You can easily access your fingerprint sensor and your volume buttons. Now let's see if this works with wireless charging. And even with the card in the back, it still does work with wireless charging. So now let's test the touch on the front of our screen. So it's easy to swipe left and right, but how easy is it to swipe up to go back home? So you can still, you just kind of got to get your finger down there just a little bit. It's not horrible at all, especially if you do like this case. You can still access the swipe up, now the swipe down, and again, you can still access that as well. It's just a little bit harder because it's so thick, but you can still do it. So now let's see how easily the case comes off the phone. So it does take a little bit of force to get the case to come off. And when it does, it seems like the whole piece wants to come up, but it's not super easy, especially with that sticky tape on there. It does take some force. It does not pop back into the place by itself. Once it comes up, or the whole thing comes off. But because it's not easy to do, I don't think it's just going to come off your phone. So that's definitely a plus. Now let's try out the top cover. So the top cover does seem to come up a little bit easier because there's less surface area for that sticker to hold on to. But again, it's held in place. It doesn't want to just come up off your phone. It does take a little bit of force to press it up. And again, like I said, it doesn't just pop off your phone. So I definitely think that this case would stay on your phone day to day without you having to worry about it just popping off unless you really wanted it to. So not a bad case. If you like leather and you want that little extra pouch to put some money or your credit card, I would definitely recommend this case, and I'm going to give it a thumbs up. And here we have a clear case by KUGEW. Now this case is pretty interesting. It is a clear case, but it's not hard. It's made of a flexible type TPU, but it's got these little connectors on each side, which keeps the case together. I'm pretty interested to see how this works out. There's also no stickers on the inside to keep it together. So for this case, you want to totally open your phone, put it face down, and then take this case and we're going to put it over the whole part of your phone. We're going to just press it into place and you're all set. Feels nice in the hand. It doesn't feel slippery. It's got a little grip to it. As far as fingerprints goes, it doesn't really seem to pick up any fingerprints. Let's see. Everything that was on this case was already there. It's most likely on the inside, but as you can see, there's no fingerprints on the outside. There's also reinforcements in all of these edges, so in case you happen to drop your phone, it will be protected on these edges. If we look at it from the side, as you can see, it's got a raised edge to protect your camera lenses as well as your screen. It also doesn't add a lot of bulk to the phone at all. We have our cutouts for our fingerprint sensor, and we have some volume buttons on the side. We have our cutouts on the bottom, and if we look at the inside of the case, we can see that it does have a slight raised edge on the inner portion of the screen. So now let's fold it up. Folds up very nicely, and as you can see, the case is held together with those little fasteners, so the case shouldn't move no matter how many times you open and close the case. That's a pretty good idea. I actually like that. And there's the view from the side. Like I said before, it doesn't add a lot of bulk to the phone here. There's just a little extra bulk here for the reinforcements. Again, in the hand, it's not slippery. It's got kind of like a grip to it. Now, as far as the volume buttons go, the volume buttons aren't really clicky. They do work. They take a little bit of force to press down. They're not as nice as some of the other ones, but they don't really click. They kind of mush. Now, another thing I noticed is when I have the phone closed and I try to push in these buttons, it seems to be even worse. It almost feels like I'm not pressing in anything. So there is movement on the screen, but it almost doesn't feel like I'm pressing anything in. And that's probably because of these hinges making the case move just a tad bit to where it kind of throws off these buttons. But like I said, it does work. It's just something to keep in mind. I'm not a big fan of these volume buttons on the side here. So again, the case is not moving no matter how many times you open and close this screen because of those hinges, which is awesome. And you can also use this case with wireless charging as well. So now let's see how easily the case comes off the phone. So it doesn't seem to take a lot of force to kind of get this to start popping off the phone. But again, because of that connector in the middle, everything kind of stays together. It doesn't just, the case doesn't just pop off the phone. If you were to peel it up off the side from the back, it would take a little bit more force. It does seem to kind of clip onto your phone. So I definitely think this hinge was a good idea, but I think that the case would be a lot better if it was more rigid. Maybe put a hard plastic shell surrounded by the rubber to give it a more rigid feel, and it would also help the case stay on the phone as well. But because this comes up like this fairly easy, I really don't think the case would just come off your phone on day-to-day use. But because it is so flimsy and it just kind of comes up, and because of these volume buttons on the side, I probably would not recommend this case. And for now, I'm going to give it a thumbs down. And here we have a leather case by WOLUKI. So this case does have a leather outer cover as well as a MagSafe ring, and it also has a little plastic stand that comes out of the bottom as well. And it's also one piece with a hinge cover, so this shouldn't just come off your phone pretty easily. So we'll keep our phone open and we'll press this in place over our phone. This also comes in different colors as well. You don't have to get the green. So this case is made of pretty much all plastic. It just has a outer layer of leather on the outside. So if you look at the front here, as you can see, there is a raised edge around the front of the phone, as well as for your camera lenses. And it also does add some pretty significant bulk to the phone as well, especially because of that MagSafe ring. On the side, we have a full cutout for our fingerprint sensor and our volume buttons. On the bottom, we have our cutouts for our mics, speaker, and charging port. And like I said before, we have that hinge cover covered by leather. And on the back, we have our MagSafe ring with that little plastic kickstand. Now, one thing I will say about this case is it does feel really cheap. It's just simple plastic. There's nothing premium about this case. So let's open it up. Opens up pretty nice, and it doesn't look like the case moves at all. It feels a little slick in the hand. It also feels, you can feel the cheapness of the case, but you can access your fingerprint sensor and your volume buttons easily on the side. If we look at it from the side, you can see there is a very slight raised edge around the front face of the phone. Open and close it a couple times here. And again, it does not seem to be moving on the phone as well because this little hinge connects both of these pieces. So let's test out this MagSafe ring on the back. Here I have an iPhone MagSafe battery. We'll clip it onto the back of the phone and see if it charges. And it does. Now this magnet is super strong. You're not going to have to worry about your phone just falling off any of these MagSafe accessories. It is on there really good. That's definitely a plus. Now, as you can see, the MagSafe battery does hang off the case pretty significantly. And if we open up the phone, we can rotate this battery a little bit, but it's going to be up over this little bump. It still does charge, but I wonder how well it charges because it's not totally flat. But as you can see, it still charges your phone, even though it's got that little gap. And then let's check out the kickstand. Again, this is a very cheap little piece of plastic here, but it does hold your phone up in portrait mode, or if you want to lay it down in landscape, kind of with a little wobble, it'll still work. And if we close our phone, we have it in landscape and then again in portrait. And then the way it stows is you kind of push it down and then push it back in to the case. It's functional, but it's very cheap. Now, when it comes to regular wireless charging, I don't understand why it doesn't work, at least with the charger that I'm using. It works fine with the MagSafe battery, but when I put it down on a regular charger, it seems to start charging, but then the wireless charger says that there is an issue and it stops wireless charging. So now I'm going to try a different wireless charger and we'll see what results we get with this. So the wireless charger seems to be working fine with my iPhone, but for some reason it will not charge this phone. No matter which way I put it, it won't charge. So I've tried 2 wireless chargers now, and this case will not wirelessly charge unless you use a MagSafe accessory. So it may or may not work with your wireless charger. So now let's see how easily the case comes off the phone. So it seems to take a pretty good amount of force to get that back piece to move. Now let's try the front piece. The front piece is a little bit easier to take off. The front also seems to come off very easy. As you can see, I'm barely even pushing it off and it's coming right off the case. So this case concept is a nice idea. I do like this little hinge that they put on the case. One thing, I would like to see better materials and not feel so cheap. And you can definitely, get this down a little bit. It doesn't have to be as bulky. And for the MagSafe on the back, I don't understand why you can't wirelessly charge if you can use a MagSafe accessory. That doesn't make any sense. And then the plastic little stand here is super cheap. The case is functional. It does seem to work. But some things like the wireless charging don't seem to work. And the fact that it does seem to kind of pop off your phone pretty easy. I'm barely putting any effort to try to take that off. That's also definitely not a good thing. So I'm definitely not going to recommend this case, and I'm going to give it, and because of all those issues, I'm not going to recommend this case, and I'm going to give it a thumbs down. If you're enjoying the video and you found it useful, it would really help out my channel if you give me a thumbs up and consider subscribing. So now that we've tested all those cases, I'm going to give you my personal favorites out of all the cases we've tested here today. So for the best possible protection overall, I chose the SUPCASE UB Pro. Not only does it offer some really good drop protection, but it feels good in the hand. It comes with the built-in screen protector. It has that kickstand for when you're sitting at lunch and you want to watch some YouTube videos. And it comes with that really nice belt clip. And it's also really reasonably priced. Now for the best minimalist case, I chose the Pitaka MagEZ Case 3. Not only is this case the slimmest, lightest, and strongest case you're going to find for the Galaxy Flip 5, but it also looks really nice and feels really great on your phone. And again, the case also has that MagSafe ring built in, so you can easily use any iPhone MagSafe accessories. So if you want to keep your phone super slim but still give some protection for your phone, I would definitely go with the Pitaka MagEZ Case 3. Now for the best silicone type cases, it was a bit of a toss-up for me. I chose the Caseology Nano Pop and the Samsung silicone case with ring. Not only did these cases offer some pretty good protection while keeping your phone somewhat slim, but they also had that really nice silicone soft touch feel, and they're also fairly light as well. I do like the contrasting colors that you can get the Caseology in, and I also like the Samsung silicone case because it has that extra ring that you can either use or take off. For the best clear case, I have a couple different options for you. One is the Ringke Slim in a matte clear, which I absolutely love because it keeps your phone nice and slim. The case is really light and it doesn't show fingerprints. The next is the Samsung Clear Gadget case. This case is also really slim and it comes with the extra added feature of that little ring that you can either put on the case or take off. It allows you to easily hold the phone in your hand without dropping it, and it also doubles as a kickstand. So if you stuck with me this far, thank you so much for all your support. I appreciate each and every one of you. And if there was a case that I missed in this video that you'd like to see in future videos, let me know in the comments below. I'd also really like to know what your favorite case was and why you chose that particular case. And don't forget to check out my best and worst screen protectors video for the Flip 5, which should be on your screen right now, where I test a whole bunch of different screen protectors all in one place. Thank you everyone for watching. I appreciate your support. I hope you have a great day, and I'll see you in the next one.